This is the Red Sox POSTCAST, your instant game reaction for the Boston Red Sox, part of the Locked On Podcast Network. Your team every day.
Well, at this point, if you're the Boston Red Sox, you really cannot come to the ballpark expecting anything different if you're not willing to at least look a little bit outside the box. 4 straight loss, you lose to Chris Sale, you lose on Crochet Day, and the Green Monsters City Connects are great, but burn them because you can't win in those uniforms either. With that, we welcome you to our latest Locked On Red Sox postcast. I'm Steve Lennox, longtime play-by-play announcer. I was on Lobster Lake in Maine when the Red Sox acquired both Dave Henderson and Spike Owen from the Mariners back in August of 1986. We are providing reaction to every Red Sox game on the Locked On Red Sox YouTube channel and the Locked On Red Sox podcast feed, which you know is free and available wherever you get your podcasts. On our latest Locked On Celtics or Red Sox postcast, we are talking, yes, I've got Celtics on my mind as well, but on our latest Locked On Red Sox postcast, we are discussing Garrett Crochet, Chris Sale. Christian Campbell might get some opportunities at first base. Does it really matter right now? You've lost 4 in a row. Hendricks, Bernardino, just part of the problem in the 9th inning. 5 walks in 1 inning from your relievers. Give me a break. We do want to hear from you, our everydayers and our first-timers. Join the conversation, watching live on the Locked On Red Sox YouTube channel. Hit that comment button and join the Sox conversation. Also hit me up on the X. Give a follow at Lennox on Baseball. Latest Locked On Red Sox postcast brought to you by Game Time. Download the Game Time app. Create your account. Use code LOCKEDONMLB. Bingo, $20 off on your first purchase. Well, Garrett Crochet, terrific, as he struck out the side in the first inning, and he was throwing his fastball 96, 97 miles an hour. But Crochet runs into trouble in the second inning immediately, and those 2 runs early on in support of Chris Sale certainly helped out the Atlanta Braves.
This is what you'll be talking about.
So, in the second, Crochet gives up back-to-back home runs to Matt Olson and Sean Murphy, 2-0 ball game at that point in time. And I'll tell you what, Devers caught stealing in the 3rd inning. Nick Sogard throws it to nobody, or Christian Campbell throws it to nobody at first base. The little things, if you watch the Red Sox every day, and I know a lot of you are everydayers with the Locked On Red Sox postcast, so that means you're watching or listening to Red Sox games as well. Over the course of a game, you can see little things that are costing the Red Sox with the lack of a first baseman defensively. And it happened again. So, as I mentioned, Devers caught stealing in the 3rd inning, and then Jarren Duran had a decent night. But Duran, a single to start things off against Sale in the 6th inning. Devers, first pitch, lines the 3rd. Bregman fly out, Ref Snyder at the plate. Duran caught stealing 1-3-6, inning over. And then, wouldn't you know it, in the 7th inning, Rob Ref Snyder, who was at the plate in both instances where Devers in the 3rd inning is caught stealing. He came to the plate in the 7th inning, 1 swing of the bats, a 2-1 ball game. Crochet did his job. And Crochet, again, making a start where, oh, look at that. Garrett Crochet making a start after a loss. Well, you're now 2 games under 500. You've lost 4 in a row. You lose to Chris Sale, who was terrific. Numbers tonight, usually in segment number 2, give you a couple right here. 6-4 in Crochet's 10 starts. He is 4-3. He's given up 8 outings this year. 8 of his 10 outings, he's given up 2 earned runs or less. Sale, 7 innings, 1 earned run, a couple of walks, 8 strikeouts. Similar numbers for both. Sale, 99 pitches through 7. Crochet, I think, finished at 103. And did a nice job, as he's capable of doing. He did a nice job. He struck out Ozuna to start the 7th inning off. That was a streak of 12 in a row. That streak comes to an end. Olson a single. Murphy a single. Albies a single. Albies goes as a single. The play earlier in the game when the base runner reaches at first where Sogard's not at the bag, Crochet's not at the bag. Sogard thought, hey, let me go after the ball going to my right. No, your job is to get to the bag in that instance. You have to know. But he's not a first baseman, so he doesn't have those instincts. He should have gone to the bag at first. But 7th inning, Ozuna, again, struck out. 3 straight singles. Albies reaches on a single. Ball hit to Bregman at 3rd. Loses the ball, goes as a base hit. How is that play not made? And then Crochet does his job. He strikes out Harris. He strikes out Fairchild. Inning over. But nothing doing. 8th inning, opportunity. Narvaez a walk. Hamilton pinch run, stolen base. Cedar Rafaela. For every up, there's a down. Right? For every step forward, there's 2 steps back. This guy doesn't know how to get a bunt down. Hamilton probably has the base stolen. He squares around. They showed Alex Cora at home plate. You don't bunt and run. First Nesson reference. Lou Merlone said that. It's not a bunt and run. If it's a straight steal, you don't turn around. And anyone knows when your bat is flat to the ground, the ball's going to be popped up. He's lucky to pop up the ball in the infield, and they doubled Hamilton off in that situation. Cedar Rafaela needs to go refine his game at AAA. And if Roman Anthony or Marcelo Meyer do come up here in the next couple of days or the next couple of weeks, they better have the simple things down to a T. They better be as close to finished products as possible. Cedar Rafaela is not. He doesn't do the little things consistently at all. And to me, that's a big play in that inning. As Narvaez walk Hamilton, finally a stolen base, but Duran strikes out and Devers grounds out. That's your inning. And then the 9th inning, hey, Trevor Story RBI base hit to make it 4-2. That's the final. As Abreu comes off the bench, pops up to end the game. It's just not a lot to like right now. Not a lot to like at all with this team. 4 straight losses, 2 games under 500. And oh, by the way, you lose to the Atlanta Braves, who are now a game over 500 for the first time this season. Good for them. Good for them. But they're also abysmal on the road. They've got a horrible road record. But they've taken game 1 of the series. And now they sort of can go from there. I don't know what to tell you. I told you a few weeks ago. Turn it off. They're not deserving of your time right now. Celtics season's going to end in Game 6 of the Eastern Conference semifinals against the Knicks, or at least that's the way I see it right now, because the last time I looked at it was plus 25 or so in the third quarter. But the Red Sox right now, they're not deserving of your time. I'll be here with you. You want to join us after the game? We'll talk about it. But it's the same old, same old. The little things that do not allow this team to put together any consistency. You've now lost 4 in a row. I don't care. You did bang around Tarek Skubal the other day. You had him out of the game. Did he strike out 10 or more? Yes, he did. And you didn't have Chris Sale necessarily on the ropes, but you can't make those small mistakes. I'm sure Crochet wants those 2 pitches back in the second inning against Olson and then Murphy. Maybe he says, you know what? Those were good pitches. They weren't mistakes. They just hit him out of the ballpark. But down 2-0 to Chris Sale, it's almost like, hey, it's 7-0 here. Get back in the game. And, Duran's caught off to end the 6th inning. Refsnyder homers. You don't know if that was going to happen. But not once, but twice, you take the bat out of Rob Refsnyder's hands. You've gotten nothing out of the cleanup spot all season long. There's Refsnyder. And boom, he hits a home run next inning. Nobody on base. 1 for 10 runners in scoring position. 5 runners on base. And I threw it to Will Middlebrooks, who never responded via social media on X, because sometimes he'll reach out and kind of go back and forth a little bit. And I was almost like, you know what? Put Christian Campbell down in the lineup even further. And it's not just on Christian Campbell, who, by the way, went 0 for 4. We'll get into Christian Campbell doing some different things back home at Fenway now for a 10-game homestand, which is off to a brutal start, by the way. And now Christian Campbell's going to take some balls and do some drills and maybe play first base because he's willing to do that. He was asked, what's your favorite position? Anything that gets me on the field. But I'm almost, Rafael has been in that number 9 spot. Okay, he's shown flashes recently. Move him up in the lineup maybe. No, just keep him there. Or send him. I'm still an advocate for sending him out. Send a message. I don't know what that situation was where he didn't get the bunt down. But Narvaez, again, does his job. All right, enough of me. Let's hear from you. Andrew the GOAT. Really bad loss tonight by the Red Sox at home. Andrew the GOAT, don't take this the wrong way, but that's really tame for you? Not lame, tame. I thought you'd come out guns a-blazing. Andrew the Goat is number 2 as well. Brendan Bernardino should never put on a Red Sox jersey again. He's certified dog water? I've never heard of that. And I probably wouldn't have said it because that's pretty it sounds, it's certainly demeaning. Chuck J. At least they lost by 2 tonight and not a one-run game. Hey, Chuck J., way to look for the positives. Yeah, they've lost 8 straight one-run games. They've lost 14 one-run games this season. Yeah, this wasn't a one-run game. Yeah, so the bullpen helped you out with 5 walks in the top of the 9th inning. I say that tongue-in-cheek, but you're right. But the stretch of losing close games continues. It's not just one-run games. It's 2-run games and 3-run games. Andrew, fire Cora. Guys, the narratives of fire Cora and the front office and the ownership spent money this offseason. Alex Cora, after the All-Star break last year, signed a contract extension. He's not going anywhere. Because if you want to just boil it down to this, Craig Breslow, the front office and ownership, is not going to own up to a mistake. They don't do that right now, it seems. They're just going to come to the ballpark every single day, trot the same guys out there, and expect a different result. Expect this team to go on a streak of winning 7 in a row and 9 of 10. There's nothing right now that indicates that they're going to do that. Nothing. Andrew the Goat, Chuck J., Bernardino should never wear a Red Sox uniform again after tonight. Fire the GM, not the manager. No good pitchers in the pen. It's the same guys that keep trotting out there. They really do. More of your comments, numbers of the night. Red Sox have now lost 4 in a row, 2 games under 500. And I said just a few days ago last weekend when they took 2 out of 3 from the Royals, they should never sniff 500 or below again. Well, now they've got to win this series. They've got to win the next 2 against the Atlanta Braves in order to just get back to 500. Braves, Mets, and Orioles on this homestand. 7-3, looking bleak at this point. Happy to have on board Locked On Red Sox Postcast. We'll be doing Locked On Red Sox Postcast all weekend long. We'll also have Locked On Celtics Postcast, likely the final one of the 24-25 NBA season and playoffs, as well as the Knicks. We're trying to basically step on the pedal and step on the necks of the Celtics. They were up big at halftime, and they were up big in the third quarter as well. We are presented by Game Time. Have you ever decided last minute to head to a ball game with friends or family? Maybe it's game day, and you suddenly realize you want to be in the stands. That's exactly where Game Time comes in. It's the easiest way to grab last-minute tickets without the stress. With the money you save on tickets, hey, you can splurge on food, drinks, merch, or even invite a bigger group to come with you. Game Time makes that possible. Game Time makes buying tickets fast and simple. Prices on the app actually drop closer to get to first pitch. And they've got incredible last-minute deals, clear seat views, and the lowest price guarantee that takes the worrying out of buying. Game Time is the official ticketing partner of Locked On MLB, making it easy to browse the app for an exciting upcoming game. Hey, the Red Sox are home. 3 this weekend. Now 2 more left with the Atlanta Braves, the Mets in town, the Orioles in town. You might be looking to get out to Fenway. Well, Game Time has last-minute tickets and zone deals for big savings. Seat views, these are great. Seat view right in the app. You see your seats in the app before you buy, so you know exactly where you're going to be sitting at Fenway Park. Take the guesswork out of buying tickets with Game Time. Download the Game Time app, create your account. Locked On MLB is the code. Locked On MLB for $20 off on your first purchase. Terms to apply. Again, create your account, redeem code Locked On MLB, $20 off. Download Game Time today. Last minute tickets, lowest price guaranteed. Locked On Red Sox Postcast, also presented by FanDuel. NBA playoffs in full swing every night, delivering highlight-worthy performances, major momentum shifts, and can't-miss moments. Whether it's a game-winning shot or a breakout player, there's never been a better time to get in on the action. FanDuel makes it easy to stay in the game before tip-off and live. With player props, performance trends, same-game parlays, fans have more ways than ever to play smart and win big. Maybe you're thinking Indiana is going to win the Eastern Conference Finals in 5 or 6 games. Maybe you're thinking Anthony Edwards is going to drop 30 or more points or have 3 or more steals in Game 1 of the Western Conference Finals. You could use those in the same game parlay. New to FanDuel, perfect time to sign up. Head to FanDuel.com. Place your first $5 bet. If it wins, you're going to get $200 in bonus bets. Make every moment more with FanDuel, official sports betting partner of the NBA. All right, let's get back in your comments. I'm on the road for the next couple of days. So there's my background. Little dark. We'll work on that in the coming days as well. Marcus, took your advice a couple of weeks back to stop watching, struggling to find a reason to come back. Well, keep coming back to the Locked On Red Sox postcast, Marcus. We'll give you the recap. We'll give you the doom and gloom. We'll let you know when, hey, you know what? It looks like this team might go on a run. Come on. You lose with Garrett Crochet on the mound. Let's get into the City Connects. I like them. I really like the green helmets, and I love the fact that it's not Green Monster City Connect with the jersey and the bottoms. I think they pretty much nailed it. Now, I'm a huge fan of the yellow and the blue. Huge fan of those. But now you got something a little bit different. Like it. I like it a lot. Ethan. This time it was Bernardino wearing the dunce cap. But he's been good. How do you fix a team that does this? I don't know. And I also know that I'm not the guy replacing Craig Breslow. It's on him and his staff. I can't believe it's easy right now, Craig Breslow going into Alex Cora's office. Just cannot be easy. Danny, at what point do we admit this managerial staff does not get this team prepared to compete? Owner spent money, signed several big talent additions, and Cora is returning the favor with a worse record. I understand a manager when you have to make a change. It might be a hitting coach or a pitching coach or, a manager too. Again, Alex Cora has a 3-year extension. I put it in the laps of the players. They're simply not getting it done on any level. They're just not. It's on them. Now, some guy, again, some of these relievers, yeah, we've seen them. The track record is there. There might be some good outings, but then all of a sudden, when it rains, it pours. And you just, it's got to be demoralizing. Bernardino had an opportunity to pick up Liam Hendricks. Liam Hendricks had an opportunity for a 9th straight scoreless outing. That didn't happen. And Bernardino, all of a sudden, can't throw strikes. Danny, fitting the Sox are now dressed up in Oakland A costumes. Not uniforms, costumes. That's about what they've become. Danny, I take it you're not a fan. All right. Jules. Danny, chiming in again here later in the conversation. Your 2025 Boston Athletics. Been watching Cade Anderson of LSU. Not sure where that one goes. Now we're going Go Tigers. Rough time right now. Rough time for Boston sports. It's where it's at. It's where it's at. Swagoo, Sale, 1 earned run, 13 innings since being traded. And don't forget, he was traded for Vaughn Grissom, who they're just not bringing up from AAA. I don't know what Vaughn Grissom did or what he's not capable of doing. But you're putting Nick Sogard at first base, and you're being exposed. Well, Romy Gonzalez is going to be back. Christian Campbell's going to take balls at first base. We're still having conversations about Rafi Devers doing it at some point in time. Rafi Devers could be the one, and I'm not saying it just on this Friday night. I've said it for a couple of weeks. He could have given a jolt to this team. I'm going to be the first baseman. Maybe it's just for the remainder of the year, but I'll play first. You can take me off my feet, put me in the DH role. He's not going to do that. That's quite obvious at this point in time. His team needs him to do something that he's uncomfortable doing, and he's not going to do it. This issue at first base is real. And you can't keep sending Abraham Toro out there, Nick Sogard out there. You can't do it. You've got to have somebody. And right now, you've gone so long since the Tristan Casas injury. Any team that you're calling up, hey, man, you got a AAA. We want to trade for him. Yeah, here's our package. This is what we want. We want 3 three of your top 20, three of your prospects that are in the 10 to 20 range. No, you're not doing that. But the Red Sox right now, teams are going to try to take advantage. So if Craig Breslow is working the phones and the text messages and the emails, maybe. When I mention emails now, I feel like I'm dating myself. Back at it, Danny. You get the parting shot. Breslow must be going home every night. What did I sign up with? Yeah, well, he signed up for it. I mean, they're just not getting the job done. And the little things continue to manifest and just fester for this team. And they're not going to go out and take infield every single day the way, we grew up as kids going to the ballpark and you'd be there early for BP and, infield and all that stuff. These guys are getting to the big leagues with the Red Sox or it's a lot of other teams, and they're not finished products. But they also make mistakes that I did not, and maybe you didn't grow up watching big leaguers make either. Big leaguers, if they needed to get a bunt down, they got a bunt down. Big leaguers didn't get caught off first base with a big hitter up there in a crucial situation in a one-run game or down 2-0. And these things just keep adding up night in, night out. You lose to Skubal, you lose to Sale, and now you're 2 games under 500. We'll see. We'll see. Red Sox diehard. Sorry, Danny, didn't give you the last word. Bregman might be wishing that he signed with Detroit. Yeah, possibly. Jules, Breg is gone. Yeah, he's got the opt-out. He could be. What's next? Lucas Giolito, Grand Homes, Saturday night, Fox TV. Red Sox will try to even up the series. Red Sox can still win the series. Remember when the Red Sox were losing the series opener and they would still come back and win the series? Well, maybe they can do that. But it hasn't been a good week. 0-3 in Detroit against the AL Central Division leading Detroit Tigers, and now you lose one to the Atlanta Braves. Again, Atlanta has not been a good road team, but they did the little things, and they added on to a 2-1 lead with a couple of runs in the ninth inning when they walked 5 times against Liam Hendricks and Brennan Bernardino, just in case I haven't said that enough. We'll be with you on Saturday. If I could give you a hug right now, I would. Virtually think I'm giving you a hug or a fist bump, or just to say, maybe it'll get better, but it's awfully hard to believe that it's going to get better anytime soon. Locked On Red Sox, number one place to hang out immediately after every game. Locked On Sports, your team, your Red Sox. Right now, win or lose, every day.